Hello everyone, and welcome to our Assassin's Creed Origins Let's Play. Today we continue our journey with Egypt's Medjay. So we're actually going to start things off by doing a little bit of reconnaissance here, because we actually need to locate our target. And now we can actually go over to talk to him, kind of see what's going on. It's looking pretty festive over here. We got lots of people kind of out and about, having a good old time. Obviously got tons of offerings on the ground as well.
I am Bayek. Aya sent me to speak to Apollodorus.
Shh. I'm sure you can appreciate that my master takes precautions concerning those he meets.
I have a question only he can answer.
I will tell him you seek his counsel, and that Aya recommends you. Wait for tonight. If he sees fit to meet you, you will be found near the lighthouse then. Until then, the Hippodrome's commemorating one of its greatest racers. Plenty of drinking and festivities, along with the races themselves, of course, if that appeals.
Well, it definitely makes sense that they have kind of all those festivities going on. As we said, they had quite a bit of offerings as well, which would be incredibly customary for this particular time period. Kind of a trait we've, in some regards, kind of deviated away from in modern times, but not completely, obviously. It's just not as big of a deal as it once was. Now, of course, as you guys can see, we're still in the same sort of region. We haven't really completely changed yet, so architecture, landscape, military units, and tactics of those units are pretty much about the same. We're not going to see a whole lot of deviations there. And then, of course, it looks like the guards are no more friendly than they were previously, so not a whole lot has changed in that regard as well. Oh, we just ran over a small child. Their life has come to an end way too early. Alright, so we're actually going to have to traverse this massive body of water. But we do need to be a little bit careful, because it looks like this might be an area for these guards. And as we know, the guards are not always the nicest people in the entire world. So we're going to kind of play that a little bit safe. We'll run all the way around here real quick, and we should be coming up to our lighthouse, though calling it a lighthouse may be a little bit generous.
Apollodorus.
You there! Are you here to kill me or to be my friend?
Friend. Bayek of Siwa.
Ah, then your help, please. You are Aya's Medjay, huh?
Any other survivors?
Only Damastis. They took him prisoner.
And the scroll, what of the scroll?
Damastis had it.
That ass Damastis should have destroyed it. Cleopatra owes you much. Can you get to a healer by yourself?
I've killed Eudoros.
Huh? Well done.
He was the snake, yes?
Man to man, Bayek, there is much you have yet to understand.
Man to man, I need an answer.
I must take the measure of you first. Rescue Damastis and recover the scroll. And then I will know if you're the man that Aya claims you to be.
Where is this Damastis?
He should be on the docks in Canopus Harbor. I can't risk that someone reads the scroll he carries.
Alrighty, so we're actually going to be heading all the way back over to where we previously were. However, of course, we're going to have to do a little bit of reconnaissance before we get too far, though. Because as we know, it's always better to be well prepared than to just simply rush right into things and not quite fully understand what we're getting ourselves into. Now, I'm going to venture and say we're probably going to have a lot of military presence over here. It looks like we have a guy taking a nap all the way over there, so he probably won't be too big of a deal unless we alert all these guards. And as you guys can see, there is an unparalleled amount of them all over the place, so we are really going to have to play this smart. We can't be rushing right into the midst of combat this time around. Now, of course, it's always easier said than done. There's still quite a bit that needs to work out in our favor. However, we do have a ship here that appears to be breaking some form of the line of sight, so that might make our time a little bit easier. See if we can kind of get over here and utilize some of this landscape to make things a little bit easier for us. We do have some vegetation here, which should help us out a little bit. I do have a feeling that we'll probably be utilizing our bow as well. Got to be very, very quiet here. Obviously, all the noise that we can make could be of our own detriment.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, come and investigate, man. The tall grass is totally not sketchy whatsoever. Remember, guys, if weeds ever start whistling at you, it's probably a good indication that there's probably somebody inside of there. It does look like Sleeping Beauty has decided to rejoin the world, so we're going to be bringing him over and assassinating him real quick. You should have stayed asleep, man. I don't know what you were thinking, but definitely wasn't the most intelligent thing. Alright, so we have a few more guards right now doing patrol. Might be able to sneak up behind that guy. And it does appear that both of our people on the boat are currently preoccupied.
Don't forget about me.
Now, I do need this level 11 guard to kind of get out of the way. He's kind of really in a really bad spot at the moment. That guy does not want to get out of the way, does he? So maybe I need to snipe him in the face. Wasn't really necessary to shoot that guy, but I figured I'd do it anyway since we already had our bow drawn. I'm going to venture and say this is probably somebody of importance. He does look to be a little bit higher level than some of the other guys, but he's a little bit more outfitted as well, so it's not like... Well, that did not quite work in our favor. Alright, so unfortunately this has kind of all went in the worst possible way, so we're gonna try to keep these guys at bay. Unfortunately, things were going so well for us, and then my aim just kind of got all goofy there, and things did not quite work out in our favor. But you guys will at least get a little bit of action now with the bow, as well as our sword. Alright, so let's go free our little companion over here and continue onward. Still, some guards are...
Thank you. It was very unpleasant in there. You have killed them all. Bastards, they deserve to die. Get me to a safe place, then we will talk.
Alright, so we currently have an escort mission at the moment. So we're going to be working our way over to this left-hand side, it appears. Could grab a stallion, but I have a feeling that if we need one, he'll probably be jumping on one. But at the moment, it looks like he's more interested in taking things on foot. Of course, he wants to kind of observe the scenery. I can't blame him. He definitely needs to work a little bit on cardio, though. He's having a little bit of a hard time kind of traversing the landscape, as you guys can see. He's not much of a runner, though.
That damn cage was too hard to get out of his horse. Hey, stop!
Δεν πω ποτέ ώρα κάτι αυτή η αυθονία.
Τι έγινε το, λέγον. Έστειν ίασες του.
Apollodorus sent me to help you. Give me the scroll.
Scroll? I do not have any scroll.
Your job was to carry it.
I hid it on our ship. I did not want it to fall into the wrong hands.
Where is this ship?
At the bottom of the lake, they sank it.
Very well. I will get it. Apollodorus is waiting for you at the lighthouse.
I will tell him to find you near the sunken ship.
Alrighty, so we're actually going to be jumping onto this boat here and taking it out. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of swimming that's going to be involved. Does appear that the ship has been sunk, so of course we're going to be kind of diving down into the depths. Hopefully we won't be finding no hippo, crocodiles, anything of the sort, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like being eaten today, so let's try to avoid that as much as humanly possible. Alright, so as we can see, it's about 70 meters down. We're going to get a little bit closer so that we don't have to do as much swimming when we actually come up for some oxygen. Alrighty, so it's looking kind of clear. I think if there's anything down here, I think we'll probably have a pretty good idea of when it comes to snag us and drag us down to the depths of the abyss, but as I said before, let's try to avoid that.
Neck.
Alright, so we're going to swim back over to our little vessel here, and we're going to move our way about another 130 meters, so not too bad. We've obviously had to traverse much farther in the past. And now, we'll come up to that shoreline, and we should actually be able to kind of see what's going on over here. As you guys can see, there's the vessel, at least part of it.
Here's your precious papyrus.
Well done, Bayek. I see you are a capable man. Someone I may be able to trust. The scroll was meant for the Roman general Pompey in an effort to sway Rome to Cleopatra's side. She will be grateful to you for keeping the communication secret. She's at my estate. We're headed there now.
How does Aya fit into all this?
Her cousin Phanos informed me that she was a driven woman stalking deadly prey. It so happened that I also had reason to bring down this prey. When Aya was successful, I stepped in to protect her.
We are grateful.
And we are grateful that you have eliminated Eudorus. He was an odious individual.
I should tell you that in addition to Eudorus, I put an end to the Phylacetae of Alexandria, Gennadios.
Gennadios? I am very glad he is dead. But it will cause serious problems for you. The Phylakis are a tightly bound group. And murderers. They will certainly come after you.
So be it. Can I ask why you wanted Eudorus dead?
As you know, Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy, is too young and pliable to be a strong leader. We believe Eudorus was the force behind Ptolemy, responsible for so many of Egypt's current ills. Here we are. The villa is up ahead. You will learn more at the villa. The Queen enjoys the life of high society. I'm pleased that Aya is bringing some sober substance to Cleopatra's social circle. She is an extraordinary woman, your wife.
I know.
Bayek, before I can disclose all secrets, Cleopatra must meet and approve of you. She can be particular. Let me give you some advice. When you approach the Queen, bend your knee in deference. Speak only in reply. Yours is not to question, but to answer. Do not be distracted by the festivities. She has a large entourage, and they like to amuse themselves. Sometimes to excess. Speak clearly, in measured tones, and above all, do not meet her gaze. Ready?
I cannot wait.
Catch me! Catch me!
Come here, both of you. Yes.
She caught me with her husband.
The sensation is most delightful.
This way.
Oh, don't worry. She doesn't hold a grudge. Please.
Where is my opium pipe? I will sleep with anyone as long as they agree to be executed in the morning.
Like Xantivis.
He was well satisfied with his bargain. Who is this toothsome fellow? In mehoto ek nebshevet.
My queen, this is,
Well,
It is a generous offer. But I've already pledged my life to this woman.
Aya, you have chosen well. Come, we have much to discuss. Celebrate, my friends!
you were meant to kneel. Ah, Pashremta. Meet Aya and Bayek. They put an early end to Eudoros.
Delightful. You are joining our efforts, then?
We do not know what your efforts are.
Eudorus was a member of the Order of Ancients. They are responsible for my exile. They tore me from my throne.
And why should I care about them?
Well, the snake has many heads. Those heads make up the Order.
The snake is the man who killed my son.
It is not so simple.
What are they talking about?
I don't know. They must know something.
The Order of Ancients seeks to control all Egypt. Ptolemy is but their puppet.
We have informants in each region. But they have been unable to touch the Order.
Across Egypt, mysterious forces work against us. For instance, here, in the Nile Delta, the endless sands swallow up whole villages, yet a malignant human force moves with them. That force is one of the Order of Ancients, called the Scarab.
And over here, in most sacred Giza,
A shadowy figure called the Hyena controls all that occurs. What is certain is that Giza is the land of death and loss.
and then there's Memphis.
All is cursed in my land. Even the sacred Apis bull himself. The one called the Lizard has worked a sort of diabolical power.
So the snake is the Order of Ancients.
Yes. Eudorus was known as the Hippo.
You are right, my love. He was not the last one. All of these are.
When the Order wants something, as in Siwa, it does not hesitate to crush all in its path.
For Siwa, now Fayum. It is the most oppressed region in all of Egypt. Where the crocodile wields cruel power, the denizens live in constant fear. That is the fate that awaits all Egypt if we fail to stop the Order.
We need decisive action. It is time for assassinations.
We still have not found the man who killed Remu. Our son Shed will weep with joy when we clear the map of those figures.
You are my Medjay now. Protector of the true Pharaoh of Egypt.
So it shall be. Tonight, we drink, celebrate, make love. Tomorrow,